Welcome to Budapest.
Are we recording this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't know. I was like, why don't we leave this until we record this?
I wouldn't. I was really recording this. My gosh, it's so
Finally,
interesting
I
to me. Yes. Yes, that red button right there.
Okay,
Record.
cool.
Yes,
Hi.
yes. But you're not Hungarian.
I'm not going, I'm Russian,
You're
Ukrainian.
You're Russian Ukrainian.
Yes, and I'm born in Moscow.
How did you get to the U.S.?
I got to the US from the business world.
Okay.
Yes, so because I worked, my first job after university was in Cyprus. I
Okay.
worked in hospitality in a hotel.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but after 2 years of working there, my contract was finished, and they couldn't renew my visa because there was some military conflict going on in the world, and near Cyprus were like American or British troops, something like that.
Okay.
And it was like kind of difficult for any foreigner to get a visa to work there, and probably especially Russians, you know.
Yes.
And this is the first time I was like, no, this passport.
Right. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, because I had Ukrainian passport too in the beginning,
Okay.
because my father is Ukrainian. And when the country fell apart, I got the second passport, like also Ukrainian. Then I lived there. But then one woman, when I came to renew it, the woman saw my Russian passport and she said, "No, you have to either keep Russian passport or Ukrainian." I'm like, "Why?" You know, my mother is Russian, my father is Ukrainian. I want to have two passports because sometimes I live in Moscow, sometimes I live in Ukraine. Is that a problem? She's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to give you your Ukrainian passport back. You can leave now." So it was this way. So she just like took it from me. I don't even know if she has a legal right. Probably she has. And I told my father, and he's like, "Okay, we'll fix it for you later." And at that time, I just had to go back to Moscow because my Russian passport was also expiring, and I didn't really want to stay in Ukraine because there was nothing for me to do there.
Okay.
You know, it was like Ungvar, Uzhgorod is a very small town, and of course, like if you compare Moscow and Uzhgorod, like for sure you'll have much more work possibilities and opportunities in Moscow.
So you went to Cyprus because you had a job there, and then
I came to back to like Hungary and Ukraine, and from there I went to Moscow.
you were just trying to find your way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because like
You wanted to travel. I mean, you wanted to travel. That
Yes,
much?
I love
Okay.
to travel.
Okay.
First of all, and second, like I couldn't find like a new place to like settle.
Okay.
Because Moscow was not anymore like my place. I left, right? So I didn't really feel comfortable living there. I would come to visit, but I didn't feel like I belong because
see.
I also have completely different mentality. Like I basically I was into like pop culture and MTV culture and Beavis and Butthead, Nirvana already by that time.
Nirvana,
And
yes.
in Russia it was like like a different type of like life, and it's just like we're like simple. You know, when a person starts traveling, he starts like growing up, maturing. You start
100%.
like thinking differently, and the people who stay there, you know, they still have like they do the same thing all their lives. So it's a completely type of person, you know. So now like I'm basically not in touch almost with any of my friends because they're different. They already had like children, and they work in the same job all their lives. They stay in the same city all their lives. You know, most of them are like that. You know, the same people from Moscow and from Ukraine with whom like I was growing up with. They're all completely different. I'm the only one like that, you know. But I think in Western part of the world, there are more people like me, you know, like women and men, you know, who are like already like older, but they still haven't settled. They don't
Right.
have families. They're just still looking for our way, you know.
How did you have this already in you to see the world a little differently and want to see internationally what's happening, or were you exposed to that by someone that came into your life?
Actually, I was like this from the beginning. I think because like when I was growing up, my hobbies were I was writing novels, I was writing poems, I was making music on piano. I had like electric piano.
Really?
Yeah.
At what age?
At like 8.
No.
Yeah, 8, 10. Like
Wow.
I was doing these things.
Writing?
And, I don't know when people learn how to write.
I know,
maybe
but
later.
but you said writing novels.
Yeah,
You were writing.
later. So it was before the age of 15.
Really?
Yeah, so I was doing all that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because my father is a professor, and my also mom, she's has a PhD, but in economics. But still, they were very like they were reading books, always full of books, everywhere. And I was listening to, like we had audiobooks on these vinyls.
The
Vinyls.
reel to reel. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The,
And the tapes.
yes.
Tape
Cassette
recorders. So we
tapes.
had like also all the like kids books I was listening, and all type of books. Which were, like, so I loved reading.
Wow.
And then I started writing.
Wow.
And also I was sewing garments because my grandmother taught me. She was like sewing for me because we didn't have like fashion in Russia. We didn't have a lot of shops
Okay.
when communism was there. So my grandmother, she was waiting clothes for me fully. And she taught me, and I was making for my dolls. Then I was
Wow.
making something for me, So yeah, it was. I was very creative when I was
see.
a child, and I liked this type of fun.
Oh.
And but like later when I came to Hungary, I didn't have anyone with whom to share, and so I kind of became like very different. I was very like
Introverted, maybe?
yeah, introverted. I
Okay.
became very introverted. I was very like I was not really like a happy child.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I started going to clubs,
Sure.
trying drugs,
I hear you.
alcohol, smoking, cigarettes, all the stuff that kids do when they're not happy, but they cannot express themselves because my parents were very far from me, both of them.
Okay.
My father spent most of his time in Ukraine because he had a business there. My mom was in Budapest with me because she wouldn't live in Ukraine. She wanted to live in Budapest,
I see.
Yeah. And my father had a lover there and a second family, and he already had a child there. And me and my mom, we didn't know, but of course he was like there, like fully satisfied. My mom was not happy. When he was coming, they were fighting, and my mom was not happy, and she couldn't like realize what's going in my life because she was upset with her life. So she was like already like hiding all the feelings inside of her and not like really like understanding what's going on with me. And I was the same way because I saw what's going on with my parents, and I'm alone. I can't speak Russian to anyone in the whole like world. And then there were no mobile phones.
Right.
So
Yes.
unfortunately, so I had to write letters to my friends and put them in the envelopes and send them in the post office. So yeah, so it was hard time for me, and that's why like all this, things happen, the bullying and blah, blah. So yeah, it was kind of hard for me, and that's why later I had to study psychology to understand like why I'm so unhappy.
Right. But it sounded like you were very self-motivated to deal with the problems that you had in your life.
Yeah, there's always something, when when you set in your mind you want to do something. Then you make the first step and then the road appears.
Okay.
So you can't like really. I wasn't then like into like let's say coaching or anything like that. I wasn't reading any of that. But maybe I read the book called Secret. But this was maybe later in my life, so I never even read any of that. But I was just like I was interested.
Okay.
And curious. What else is there, Because the first step for me was done by my parents that brought me from Moscow to Hungary, and I survived somehow in that environment. Then to Ukraine, I adopted even better. So in Ukraine, I kind of learned how to adopt. It was better for me. And then I came back to Hungary, I was already stronger. It was not already a problem for me, because again, I was in an international environment. In Corvinus, we had like people from Hungary and from like all over the world. So it was already easier for me. It was always like, another country. And then Cyprus, it was just a fourth country. And then, and then Moscow was like a fifth country because when I came back, it was completely different Moscow from when I was leaving.
I see.
It was completely already different. Already there were like shops and opportunities. It was like full of opportunities.
It changed that much. Okay.
Yeah. It was. I had a great job immediately because I spoke English. English.
Yes.
So I didn't have any problem. And at the time, I was just like thinking, the moment I left corporate world, my salary was $2,500 US, which is now for Hungarians is like very, very high. I'm asking my like friends, how much is your salary? It's like maximum 1,500 maximum. And they have like much bigger responsibility that I had. So I'm thinking I was doing pretty good in Moscow at that time. Of course, now it's not like this, unfortunately, again, because of the sanctions and the war.
Would you have stayed in Moscow had things just stayed the way you enjoyed it being there initially? Would you have stayed in Moscow?
If the war didn't start in 2014, absolutely.
Okay.
2014 was a huge mistake.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we're still suffering.
Let me back up here. So, U.S. What brought you to Miami? Was the first place you went?
I've traveled a little bit in the U.S. I went to Chicago, New York. I was
Vacation?
in L.A. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Before you went to Miami, you went to those places?
Yes. I was just on vacation.
Okay.
I saw a couple of places in the United States, like a couple of cities. And so when, in 2014, I was already working as a consultant and, let's say, CEO of our private business, which we had with my ex-husband.
Okay.
And so when this conflict started, sanctions started coming, and our business, became very problematic.
To say the least.
Yes, to say the least, because we were offering business services, consultant services to like businesses and individuals who wanted to invest in Russia.
Got it.
So it was exactly like,
oh my gosh,
like the end of everything, unfortunately. So we had to like check which other country we're going. So I went first to Spain in a place called Benidorm, somewhere near Alicante. And I checked for like, checked how was life there. I checked for villa prices there. And I didn't really like it.
No, I hear such great things about Spain.
For me, we had a different style because my husband was like partially American, let's say. So he had like a different like style. He wanted like big areas. They had very small houses in Spain.
Okay.
Inside very small and very big outside. So when I saw it, I was like, we're not going to be able even to put half of the shoes of my husband. It doesn't have that walk-in wardrobe. So it's not for me. Maybe they were houses, but they were much more expensive.
I see.
So for this price, we found a perfect villa in Miami, in the Miami shores.
Wow.
Online. So we decided, okay, let's just go there. If it's not like, if it's real, like really like cool, Miami, like everyone says. So and if it's a real price, so let's settle in Miami and do our thing there. So we flew to Miami, and the first time I flew in, we went directly from the airport. Just dropped our bags in the hotel and went to Beyonce concert in Miami Airlines Arena.
Okay.
It was so great. Yeah, I loved the show. It was first time in my life when I was on this kind of artist, So it was amazing. I was already in love
with Beyonce,
with the United States.
Oh, the United States,
and Miami, because before that I wasn't so impressed. Like New York, Chicago, LA, I was like,
what? No, come on, come on.
Especially LA. You didn't have a huge disappointment.
Oh my gosh, I am definitely.
Huge disappointment.
I thought I liked you, but no, I'm kidding. No, I understand. LA can be one of those places that you might, you need, what it is with LA, you need to have someone like myself who's second, third generation LA guy to show you exactly what LA can be, or Southern California, I should say. Yes. But I understand. Yeah. LA is a strange place indeed. Hence me being even in Budapest at this point. So, wow. So Miami, you loved?
Yes.
Yes.
I love it. I love the palm trees everywhere and all these canals and the islands and the luxury villas and the boats. And I'm sorry, LA doesn't have that. I came to like the Venice beaches, like where are the boats?
No, no, stop. Wrong place. No, wrong place.
I saw homeless people. That's what I saw.
Yes.
I'm like, how? Yes. It's like the most expensive property in the state.
Yeah.
And it's occupied by homeless people.
It's true.
Who is ruling the state?
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Very true. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very
Yeah.
shocking for me.
Did you ever get to like La Jolla or San Diego or any of those places?
No,
there?
just
Well, okay.
Malibu
Well, see,
and
yeah, that's already a problem right there. You missed out on. Yeah. Anyway, but that's okay. So you stayed. How long did you stay in Miami then?
about 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, because after living there for 1 year, I separated with my ex-husband. Yeah, so I decided to stay there by myself,
Okay.
and I applied for asylum.
I see.
Yeah.
So he was American then.
He was half American, half African, so he had
Oh,
both.
really?
Yeah, but
What part? What part of Africa?
Nigerian.
Nigerian. Okay. Gotcha. Right on.
And so we married in Russia. So like we either had to like prove everything and continue in the United States, but we decided to separate because we had different mentality.
Got it.
And so before we had like connection because of the business, but now the business was like not there anymore. We had to start from scratch anyway. So I decided I'll just do my own thing, because we don't have the love and anymore. It's more like just like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what
like
you call it.
like colleagues or
Okay,
something.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it wasn't fun anymore, and there are like a lot of different reasons.
Sure. I understand.
After several years of living with a person, you find out that
Things that are
there are a lot of things that are completely different from the person that you met.
sure. Yeah.
So I just decided to do my thing, and I applied for asylum, and I was waiting for the green card interview. But at this time, I unfortunately I had the problem with drugs. and
Okay.
alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
during this time, because I was lonely.
Miami is a great place for that.
Yeah. Because
Miami is a fantastic place for that sort of thing.
Exactly, because
Yes.
as soon as I got like divorced, like separated, of course, I said, okay, now it's time of my life to be sexy and go to clubs and have fun and do whatever I want.
Right.
Because I was a wife
Right.
for some years. Now I want to be, independent woman, do whatever she likes.
Right.
So of course,
Right.
immediately I met a group of people, and I started going out like 4 times per week.
Oh, my gosh.
So it became
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
my main source of fun. I don't know, and so
Yeah.
I couldn't dedicate my time to work, of course, and problems started to happen,
I understand.
and so then I had to stop all that,
Okay.
and I stopped.
Did you you were able to you did it yourself, like the
Yes,
whole
I did
cold
it.
turkey kind of
Yes,
thing?
cold turkey myself. I wrote about this in my book.
What? You're an author.
Yeah, I wrote a book.
Get out of here. You make me sick.
I
Let me
published
check.
it on Amazon. I published it on Amazon in January.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
called Mind Shift to Recovery.
Okay. Oh, well, we'll get to that. We could just
Yeah,
do it so many. Wow. You know, I find out people from Europe, and I jump Europe altogether, especially Central and Eastern Europe, so multifaceted. Like really a lot of knowledge, like language knowledge, intellectual, historic knowledge, all of these elements that, I don't know, in the U.S., I'd never even had this mindset, of being like even caring about history or caring about these things. Having a second language, Spanish was taught in our schools, but nobody ever took it seriously. But here in Europe, people like yourself, I find so fascinating because you do so much, so well, and started at such a young age to develop your mind to be in this space. To be so smart so quickly, in my mind. I wonder why that is, and compared to how the U.S. is, as far as people like myself who can't compete with this. And then at the same time, how are we a superpower? How is America a superpower based on that, right? What's your thoughts? I mean, I don't want to degrade us completely, but man, my travels, I've traveled probably maybe 45 countries in my life, working wise, this whole process, and Europe has always blown me away. So what is your thought thinking about what do you think?
Yeah, so first of all, Europe has a longer history than the United States. Let's say even like education in Europe, it started in like for sure, like in 1500s or even before that, because there were already like Christian churches, and Christianity brought education. So we have Christianity there like since 2000 years already. And in America, Christianity came when? Like much later. So if there was no Christianity, there was no schools, there was no education, and people didn't know how to read. And if you don't know how to read, you can't get information from written things, right? So you can only know what is said around you, and it's usually like very primitive, because if you live like in a primitive like society, yeah. Like, but even nowadays, people are not going to like, people who surround us, they don't like really always like say things which are like encouraging or motivational or they're just talking about life, everyday life.
They're on their phones, if you ask me.
Yeah, like right now, yeah. But so if you want to look for something valuable, valuable information, you have to like deep into a source. And so America just didn't have that source. And we had in Europe like history, and it's like when one person educated him or herself, or himself probably at that time, unfortunately, because women did not have access to that. So the person educated himself, he will educate his woman, his children. So his children will grow up already a little bit educated, comparing to zero in the United States. If you live in a forest and you're, Indian or how you call them?
Yes, Native American.
Yeah, Native American. Yeah, so you don't have that, so of course. And if you're taken from Africa and brought into slavery, no one is going to teach you how to read, only how to do your.
Well, no, it was illegal for us to read actually back then. Huh? It was illegal for slaves to even read.
Oh my God. So like like stupid things like that. So of course you don't have that. Yeah. And when you have let's say three generations of educated people, you start calling them intelligence. Like in Russian, we'll call this, we have this slice of society, intelligentsia. So it's like intelligent people if it's a third generation with education, like some kind of high education. Because it's really, it's like every other thing, it gets stored in our like DNA or something. We don't know how it works. It's just this way. So for me, like my father was a professor and my grandmother was a professor. So I'm always like intelligent. That's why I'm not like other people who don't have that. Let's say my friend, her mother was a chef. So she's great in cooking, but she's not going to be like intellectually there, because intellect is not only about like doing what you do and you're good at it. You can be perfect at one thing, but she doesn't have the mindset to think about everything like me. And I can think about anything because I've seen everything in the world. So it's a different type of mindset. And one is good for one thing and another is good for another thing. And
so that makes me think, so when you were in Miami and you said you were having like drug issues, right? And you got deep into that. Do you think that was kind of a way to, because of everything that you've done, being like very structured in your life, with school and your parents the way they are, and just the mindset that you've had up to that point, that when you were in Miami, finally had a chance to be yourself as opposed to having a partner with you now, that it was just a release point for you to just say, look, I want to be me. I just want to be free. I just want to have a mindset that's free, not to have to think about anything, but just to enjoy life, being that might have been the first time you ever really felt like it was just you enjoying life.
Absolutely, yes. Because and I'm sorry to say this, but ecstasy helped me to kind of uncover or like discover the part of me which I didn't know was there, and it's related to sexuality.
I understand.
And I know that I'm not the only one, because the person who was giving me the ecstasy, he was like, let's say, a dealer, right? But he was also an artist. He drew amazing paintings. He was from Dominican Republic. So he was a very intellectual dealer. And he chose to do this because, first of all, it's profitable. And second, it makes people happy. And I completely understand him, So, and he was like really taking care of his like clients, So You know, like I wish these things, like if this were legal, he would be like a very profitable businessman.
I understand.
But it's not legal. And you know why drugs are not legal? They told me the other day, very interesting point of view. If they will try to legalize the drugs, you know, the price of the drugs will drop.
Yes. Just like marijuana in the U.S. Marijuana in the U.S. that it was illegal for a long time. California, they've now legalized it. Colorado, a few other places, and now those prices have now dipped a great deal. You know, yeah, I agree, 100%.
Yeah, and marijuana is still like you have to grow, etc. But all the synthetic drugs like cocaine, ecstasy, it's just like you know, it's chemicals. You know, you don't need to invest so much in the production. So of course they're like much cheaper. Even cocaine, it's like obviously cheaper. But by the time it's delivered from Colombia to like Amsterdam, and from Amsterdam to I don't know where in Europe, then the dealer has to like cut it with baking soda or whatever they're doing. You know, of course, what we get in the end is going to be like product and it's going to be like overpriced. But if everything was like legalized, then the prices will drop, and all those people who are now like getting like corruption, you know, like the bribes, like the policemen and the whatever, the government, blah, 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 they would stop having this source of income. That's why no one is really interested in legalizing drug trade.
Well, I would counter that. I agree to some point, but I also...
It's a point of view. It's not my point of view.
No, I understand. I understand. I believe that there is some truth in that, but I also believe that... like if you have, like for instance, the cocoa leaf and all that stuff, there's a certain location that is big in, and if say the cocoa leaf was legalized to be able to make, then that country would have an advantage of exporting that and getting, say, American dollars or European dollars or what have you in their space at a much faster rate, much legal rate, which actually brings more power to their system. So on a global scale, there might be issues of, well, cocaine. Let's not just talk about cocaine. Let's talk about weed, something that's like that's less. If it's based on the region, you don't want certain regions to have more power based on wherever they're at, as opposed to the region that you're in currently, kind of thing. I think that might be a twist on that. But interesting enough, I tried ecstasy the first time in Las Vegas. I'm in my 30s, right? Already did the music business, already traveled, came to Europe, went to a party with a good friend of mine I've known for probably 30, 40 years. And I had never done drugs, like never. I didn't even start drinking alcohol till I was 28, right?
Very good for you.
It just kind of happened that way, right? So I just didn't do anything. I didn't smoke nothing. And I went to this venue with my friend, and we were hanging out, and he says, "Ray, I know you've never done this, but this," and you know, I trust him. He's a really cool guy. He says, "You got to try this. If you're going to try anything, try this ecstasy. It's got a smooth." I didn't know what he was talking about. He says, "But it's smooth up. It doesn't have any speed mixed to it." He was just telling me all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? And I was at a time in my life right then. I thought, you know what? I need something different. I need to try something different. And so I trusted him. I took some of it, and we were on our way to he loved strip clubs. That was his thing. Me, I could care less about them. I was like, well, what are you going to get out of a strip club? They sit on your lap, they lap dance, they go away. I don't understand this.
I love strip clubs.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to talk about that too. So
Miami have great strip clubs. Yeah, because 11.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, I love 11.
Oh wow. Oh. We'll have to talk about that. I'm curious. So I go into this strip club, and it hasn't hit me yet. And all of a sudden, I feel a little like my brain kind of do this. And I told him, I says, okay, it just hit me. I said, just watch. I asked him to do me a favor. Watch, you know me very well. Watch my energy. Tell me if I'm different, even if I don't know I am. Just tell me if I am unusual or something about me so that I can kind of document this so I can have something to go on, right? And he's like, no problem. I'll have to let you know. We walk into the strip club, we sit down, it's really busy, and I feel myself getting, I guess, higher and higher, but I felt my heart beating faster and faster. And I kept getting, there got to a point where I was like, oh no, something's wrong here. And the further I got higher, the more uncomfortable it felt, right? And so then I get to this point where I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. And we had another guy with us. He was he was in MMA. He was a mixed martial artist or whatever. He became my friend. And he said, and I told him, I says, I got to sit down. And it's a loud place. And I said, I got to sit down. He heard me say that. Immediately moved all these people out of the way, pulled up a chair and says, sit here. And I sat down and I went and I thought, okay, I'm not dying in this club right now. This is what I'm thinking.
Oh my God.
And then
How much did you take?
I just took like a half.
A half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it could be strong. Maybe you should start with a quarter.
Well, no, I realized though that because my body was so virgin, like I hadn't taken anything, like zero, that when it hit me like that, it just was a shock to my system. But when I got to this point, when I sat down, immediately it turned fantastic. Like it turned from this to like,
wow,
oh my gosh, I'm looking at people and I'm smiling. No, like shine, just being yourself, but not being like an asshole necessarily, just being this person. And what ended up happening was there was these strippers, they walk around the club and they always like say, well, would you like a dance or something? And they're really nice, but they're trying to make money. And I had this one sit down and I looked at her and I says, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I said something to the effect, I just have a question to ask you. Like, with all these men that come in here, you must be really a good judge of character when it comes to men in general, because you see so many come in and out. It's like, what is your idea? How do you feel men are as individuals? And that's something to like wanting to know what her take was about men. Just in general. She sat there for an hour with me having this conversation, not realizing that I was on anything. And it got to a point where my friend was noticing, like, how can you keep this woman here? Because she has to work and she knows she has to work, but she's talking to you like this. And he looks at her and says, oh yeah, he's on E, you know that, right? I mean, ecstasy, right? And I was like, why do you have to tell her that? I mean, it's just having a conversation. But at any rate, yeah, it was probably the best experience I've ever had in that space. I think I did it maybe 2 or 3 times after that over the years, just trying to kind of emulate that moment. But yes, to agree with you, it's, Bill Gates, I'm not Bill Gates, the Apple, Steve Jobs, the drug that he used, which was LSD. When he used LSD, he came up with Apple.
I never tried all that. Actually, yeah, LSD, yeah. It's like, yeah, I've tried that too, yeah. And that's also very interesting. Like, unfortunately, right now I can't like really recall like which one it was, like LSD or ecstasy, which was like maybe like made more impact on me. But I think like both, because like first of all, what ecstasy does is like it completely makes you like happy with yourself, calm, and like shameless. And which is like amazing in a new environment with the new people, and like especially club, because like club is a perfect like spot to enjoy yourself. Like first
you call it sport?
Huh?
You said sport? Spot.
Sport. Okay,
spot. I like sport though. Sport. I thought that was a cool idea.
Yeah, club is good for the sport if you like to dance like me. But also it's like it's like an amusement park, because you meet new people. Of course, because you just like see new people, and every new interaction for a normal person is like, and in a place like club, because obviously you're there for fun, and you can meet absolutely anyone. Basically, you can just come up and talk to them, and it's going to be something interesting. So number one, this, and then of course like the drinks and everything. Then just like everyone's like dressing up sexy and open. And last but not least, the music, because of course in a club they invest like millions into a great sound system, and you will never have this experience anywhere outside. So this music, when it's like boo, 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 and you're like all this, that's also an experience. So it's really like a club is an amusement park. So if you do it like right, then it's going to be amazing. But a lot of people come to this space with the problems. Still, they cannot like fully like be relaxed. Yeah, and come to meet someone. No, I'm shy. What they're gonna? They're still in the like normal mode, like in the corporate or in the academic or whatever, where you have boundaries and discipline,
Right.
and regulations and all these formalities. So all these boundaries are like still in the head. And when the person comes to the club, most of them cannot relax. That's why they need to drink. But if you take the ecstasy, you don't lose your senses, because when you're drunk, it's completely different. It's just like relaxes you basically. Yeah. And but still, a lot of people, when they get relaxed, they come aggressive.
Sure.
Yeah, this type of thing. Ecstasy never happens. No one ever gets aggressive on ecstasy. So it just modifies your behavior in a pleasant way.
Yeah.
That's why it was very popular in the beginning for ADHD. So it was subscribed for ADHD, and it's still subscribed for ADHD.
Yeah.
You know, and it really works.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, sorry, I said ADHD. PTSD.
PTSD, yeah. I was thinking about about the other drug that used to happen.
ADHD is Adderall, right?
So I don't know.
PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. So people who are suffering from stress, especially from a war,
right,
or being like kidnapped, or being in this kind of environment, like a terrible environment. So yeah, it was they are treated with ecstasy because it makes them forget the painful past and concentrate on the pleasant of now.
They're treated with this.
Yeah, they're
where?
Treated. Well, still some clinics, even in the United States.
Interesting.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can read about it in my book. I think I wrote about that. I wrote about all the type of drugs.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, hallucination.
You're an authority of this, my dear.
I spent like 3 months just researching the drugs, researching the world, like, let's say, situation. And I was shocked how drugs are they're popular everywhere, of course, but how like a lot of countries that just don't have any information about drugs.
I see.
And even in the United States, although there is like an opioid crisis.
Right, yeah.
So unfortunately, the opioids, the like fake opioids are the number one cause of death in the United States and Canada. For people from age 10 to 50. So from 10, so people kids, take it in schools and they die, And a lot of people don't need it because opioids is for the pain, basically. But what people are looking for, especially kids, is for like new experiences. And and like LSD and ecstasy, it's available and it doesn't kill people, but people are uneducated what each drug does about the benefits and about the disadvantages, because every drug has been developed by a scientist and a medical worker, more or less.
I see.
And usually first time the drug was developed is to solve a problem.
Right. LSD was known for that, actually.
Cocaine, everything, ecstasy, I don't know, everything.
Yeah.
Everything that was, every single drug was a pharmaceutical developed by a pharmacist, right? And
some made it through and some didn't, right? Because now the pharmacies are like making money on others that are like, right?
Yeah, so they just modify them.
Right.
And they start prescription and whatever. But everything is still there,
Gotcha, yeah.
Everything is still there. They just decided that this is going to be the way it works, That's why some drugs are legal. But although I heard they want to legalize cocaine in the Netherlands.
Really?
Yeah, I heard about it.
That's what they're trying to do?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
I'm thinking like the same should be.
Oh, I should listen to me saying nice. Like
No,
nice. Like I'm not an advocate, but I mean, I don't know.
What I think that the only way to stop the pandemic of drug abuse is to legalize them.
I see. Yeah.
It's the same with, like, let's say, alcohol. No one is producing legal alcohol because it's been like centuries of governments fighting and why? People were dying because of bad alcohol, and now people are dying because of bad drugs. So if you legalize the drugs and you start selling them, the price will drop, but you will save half of the population of your country, especially United States. I've been on a radio show. It's called Teen Sport Radio. It's from Santa Barbara.
Yeah. Great place.
Yeah, so I've been working with this radio show for a couple of months when I just finished writing my book about the drugs. And this lady who is the host of the show, Erica, she reached out to me and she said, okay, please come and talk about this and like about your experience with drugs, how you resolve the problem, what you would advise to the kids, and talk about your book. Because we have here in Santa Barbara, from our team of 6 people, 3 parents lost their children to fentanyl last year. So it's like half of Santa Barbara kids died already because of fentanyl, which is coming from Mexico border, which is coming like China, Mexico, you know, all this stuff. And no one is really saying anything.
What do you mean half the children?
Really, like...
Not half.
I mean,
A good percentage.
But if you calculate it, like...
Kids that are using drugs. Half of them probably are.
Nobody, unfortunately, even if you try to, and you're American, if you try to get the statistics, you will probably not get it. But people just telling me, people tell me, we have 6 hosts, 3 of us lost our children.
That's incredible. That's terrible. That's tragic. That's
And people are just saying like the whole like streets died in Santa Barbara.
No.
That's what they told me. They're from Santa Barbara.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really that bad.
Well, I hate to hear. I mean, have you been to Santa Barbara?
No, I've never been to Santa Barbara. No, but this is what I heard. And you know, I'm thinking the only way to fix this problem is to legalize it. Because it's going to continue. And they also told me, like one lady said, her mother came to Santa Barbara like in 60s. And she was already a heroin addict. So it's like a third wave of addiction. So first it was heroin in the 60s, then it was crack, cocaine. In the 80s or 90s, now it's fentanyl. So it's not going to stop unless you fix this problem once and for all.
Yeah. Well, that's a tough ask, especially in the U.S. My gosh, it's like there's so many moving parts there. But it makes sense. I mean, I do think that. I mean, look. Cigarettes are legal, alcohol is legal, things that the government can control in that space is, and there's some items like marijuana, for instance, it's just become somewhat legal, vaping, and it's not even in every state still.
Yeah.
You know, it's still just minor. So yeah, that's a wild ask. I had no idea you were an author, and this is your space of expertise in that. Wow. So did you? So when you were in Miami, did you leave Miami just to kind of get away from that energy of?
I think so. I left Miami because I was already like been there, done that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I first I was exploring, let's say, the business opportunities. I saw it so because a lot of times people took money from me and they didn't fulfill the contract. Yeah, so a lots of money with bad contractors, and I said it was like number one problem in Miami is bad contractors. Okay. I heard the same problem in Hungary.
Okay.
Yeah, the same thing. So, unfortunately, I lost a lot of money for that, and then I said, let me just deal with real estate. So, real estate, you know, like you can have like one deal a month for 2 months, and you have the money, and so you don't have to like work every day.
Gotcha.
So, this is what allowed me having a free lifestyle, you know, and because it supported my lifestyle, but I couldn't like do anything more.
I see.
I was like stuck.
Okay.
And I didn't like with me, I get like bored with things after a while. Like I try them, that's it. Let me try something else. So I saw all these people who are partying with me, and most of them were promoters or strippers or even like undercover hookers, you know, and things like that. I was like, I'm not like that. I have education, you know, like I have, you know, a legacy, like, and I want like something more for my future family, whatever. So like, let me go and try something else. So I stopped that and I turned to church.
Church?
Yes. I turned to church. I started working with churches. Yes, churches, because it was like another... It was another experience for me, because one of my trips on drugs, one of my drug trips ended up with me having a vision. I don't know, I still cannot say if I was like Moses who saw something or it was only in my head, but no one has the proof. Moses also didn't have the proof, right? But people somehow believed him. So also in my head, I saw a vision that I died It's like I'm not in this world anymore. I'm in some another world, and I'm already like finished this life, and I don't. That's it. And now I'm going to be judged. I'm going to be judged for my life, and I'm going to go like somewhere else. But the thing is, I'm going to be like judged. What have you done with your life? Natali was asking me the universe. You were given this one beautiful life. What have you done with it?
Sounds like a Baptist church.
Exactly. Exactly. So and this I started having after anyway, or maybe it was before. Let me continue. And I was there. I was like, really, like I'm such a I'm full of potential, and I haven't done anything good. Nothing like special or spectacular. So I was like, no, I'm not ready to die. Let me just like go back to my life. Like, please, like I started like praying on my knees. Like, please, God, let me go back to my life, and I'll try again. I'll this time I'll do better. And then like I woke up in this world, and I went back to like my home, and I was shocked. I was so afraid that this really happened. Okay. And I was like, okay, really, I need to do something. Like, let me just like find. So I started to check like different religions, because I was like an atheist at that point. I was baptized as Russian Orthodox, but I hated the Orthodox Church. I don't hate it now, because I don't hate anything. Hate is a bad feeling.
Sure.
But I'm like so not Orthodox.
Okay.
Absolutely not. So that for me was like a no. Then I was married to a Muslim man, and that for me was also a no.
That was you were married a second time?
No, I was.
Oh, the same gentleman. Okay.
The same person, yeah. So that was a no. Then I explored even Jewish, because I thought, okay, the beginning of religion was Judaism, so let me check that. And even I went to synagogue, and I kind of hung out there. I even took one book to read, and it was an interesting experience in the synagogue. And even I paid, the only thing you need to become Jewish is to pay, I think, $25. So,
that's it.
Online. I paid online $25, and I was supposed to come. It was in Miami, in Brickell. Right next to Brickell Plaza, there is a synagogue. And I was living in an apartment, like facing like this synagogue. So I had the view. Yeah. So I went, that's why I went there, because I was interested. So I was still like pending to become Jewish, and then I decided, let me check Christians. Yeah, and then I was once at home, and I found on my TV Trinity Broadcasting Network, which is a Californian-based network.
What are they called?
Trinity.
Trinity Castle. Trinity, yes, they were. I totally know where that church is.
Yeah, no, it's a network. Trinity
it's a network.
Broadcasting Network. It's a network on cable TV in America, in Miami at least, TBN.
Oh,
and they broadcast all the Baptist.
Because there used to be a Trinity Church in I think Covina. Was Covina? I wonder if it's California. Yeah, Trinity Baptist Church was a big.
Yeah, for sure. But this is the whole network. So they have a lot of pastors, like them Pentecostal, I think.
Gotcha.
And they're those ones who have like stadiums.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, what is this? What's going on? And I started like watching them, and I loved it because they were wearing normal clothes, and they're talking like in a great way. They're like coaches.
Yes.
More like coaching. And I was like, wow, this is a church. This is so interesting. So I was following like many guys, and then one time I saw the broadcast of Billy Graham, who has passed away, and he was like. It was an older one, and he was still young, so very handsome man in a suit. He was like, turn your hearts to Jesus Christ. I was like, oh. I was like in love. I was like, oh my God, men like this exist. And the whole stadium came after to get baptized. I was like, me too. So I was like, yeah, I need that in my life. So I Googled the churches, and I found just like 2 blocks from me is First Miami Presbyterian Church, which is the first church ever built in Miami, and it was sponsored by Tiffany family. So inside it has Tiffany glass made, in very beautiful way, and it's a beautiful church. Yeah, so I went there the first time, and the first thing I saw when I entered the church is a huge table full of cookies and like sweets and a coffee machine. I was like, wow, these people drink coffee after the mass. Like really, like wow. And then I came inside, and there were like all these normal people just sitting down, and a pastor who looked like a normal guy in a suit talking about like interesting things, like Jesus Christ and people, and like he was a normal person, and he was like trying to be an example how people should be, and this is like the whole point. I was like, wow, he's so right, and it was beautiful. And then in the end, they played a song. So like the music band came there, and the guitarist there was like a guy full of tattoos, and he was just like sexy. I was like, oh, is this really a church?
I'm coming every Sunday.
And that's what I did. Basically, every Sunday I came to the church, and and in the end, so everyone gets up and we sing, and then we see it's like karaoke, basically, because you see the words and everyone is singing.
Hilarious.
And I was like, I'm in love with this church. Hilarious. I'm so in love with this church. And we came out, and everyone was drinking coffee.
Church karaoke.
Yes. And everyone was getting to know each other over coffee, and we were all neighbors. And some people were from Brazil, some people were from Colombia, some people were even from Russia. So I met like Russians there. Wow. Everyone there, and I was so like in love with this.
I love it. Okay.
And next Sunday we had a boat trip. From the church. It was free. So of course you can put some donation, but otherwise you can just come and come on the boat, and the boat will take you around Miami. For free from a church. I was like, this is like the best church experience I had in my life. So I was like in love with them. And I started coming, and I got to know everyone, and I started helping in the school, because Presbyterians have a school for kids and a theater. So when everyone comes to the mass, like kids are like actually in school. So it was like perfectly organized, beautiful church, and it was like a small, tiny, beautiful church in the middle of high rises of the people.
Wow.
It was fantastic. So
it's the way church should be, actually, if you really look at it. It's the helping the community, the process, you name it. Wow.
Yeah, it was perfect church. Like I love it. I highly recommend to every church on planet Earth to take example from First Miami Presbyterian Church.
I love it. Wow.
Yeah, so it was great experience for me. But I started already drifting away from most of the Miami lifestyle. So, what's the point of being around with the boats and, parties if you're not like using that? Yeah, and I was already thinking like, what's my next step going to be?
I see.
And at that time, my mom called me because my father, he almost had like a heart attack, almost. And he was like in bad condition. And she asked me to come back to Europe.
Okay.
So to Hungary, Ukraine, whatever. She was in Hungary.
She was in Hungary.
She was already still in Hungary.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So she asked me to come back to Hungary. I said, okay, let me come back. So I just packed some stuff. I thought maybe I will come back later someday. But basically what I did, I dropped it's like I didn't wait until I got my green card. Gotcha. But left. So now if I have to go back, I need to process, some things, because basically I don't know how it's going to be. Right. If it's still valid, if it's still not, I don't know. I never came back since then. But I have good memories still, because I saw the bad side of Miami, but I said also saw the best side. Right on. So I know that people who live there, they're all kind of people. Yeah. Like people who are drug dealers, people who are priests, pastors. I met everyone. So Miami is like a little bit like my home. Wow. Still, it will always be in my heart. Beautiful. So if you so if you lived anywhere in the world, you would go. Would you consider that being one of your favorite places to live still? Or absolutely. Okay. Yeah, Miami. Yeah, I loved it. So if I could easily go, without processing all the visa stuff, I would totally go. Okay. Because even just to pick up my things, because I had an art gallery there for a very short time, and I have some paintings that are still there because I bought them. And what don't you have? What don't you do? Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. So I just like trying new things. I think this is what life is for, Some people have children in the beginning of their lives, so they have a huge responsibility, and they must devote their life to their children, which is normal. But some people like me, first want to have maybe full experience of life. Okay. And then when they're ready to have the children as well, because
Right.
they can be a good example. They know what to.
You're talking to the choir. We say, in church, you're talking to the choir. I waited a long period of time before even having my first job. So yeah, wow. And so then, wow. So then you came. So coming back to Hungary after that, how was that transition then? Because you thought you were going to be here for a short time, take care of family obligations or what have you. Your dad got healthier.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes. Did you? Once you settled here, did you know, okay, I'm not going back necessarily. I'm going to stay here?
I couldn't really settle here because I came just before COVID. So when I came, I came here. I spent
6
some
years
time.
ago. Yeah, 5 years ago.
End of 2019.
19,
Yes,
yeah.
just before COVID. Yeah, so I came here to Hungary. I spent some time here, got to know some people, and then I wanted to do real estate business. But I had to go back to Russia to fix some documents, and also I wanted to go in Moscow to a real estate show with a Hungarian partner. It was in February or in the beginning of March. And also my grandmother's birthday is in February. So I thought, it's a good idea for me to go to Moscow. I will see my grandma, who I didn't see for I don't know how many years. And I will be in the show, so I'll bring new clients. And, it's going to be a great deal. And so I came to Moscow with a small suitcase. And my grandmother had a birthday, and after COVID happened. So
you got stuck in Moscow.
So I got stuck in Moscow. The exhibition was canceled. The trade show was canceled, and I could leave, but then I realized that my grandma has dementia,
Okay.
and she lives alone. And I'm like, I called my cousin. She's like, "What are we gonna do with grandma?" It's like, well, right now we can't take her to hospital because they're full. We already checked. She can't stay with us because they have small apartment, 2 kids. It's impossible. So she'll just have to be like alone, but we'll find her sometime. So I said, okay, let me stay until we find something for her. But COVID happened, all these things happened, and I was like, okay, I don't know when I'm going to find even someone, and I don't know how I'm going to live now because remember, it was unbelievable happened. All the borders closed. It never happened in the history.
Never in the history.
Yeah, so I couldn't predict that, unfortunately. And so I basically was stuck living with my grandmother in an apartment near Moscow and taking care of her. So giving her like pills, injections, blood pressure monitoring.
You were taking care of her.
Just like cooking for her, because she was like, when you have dementia, you kind of become like a child.
Yes.
So she was like, let's say, 5-year-old baby,
Okay.
something like that. So yeah,
You were in the right place.
yeah. So I was there, but like it was like so like bad for me because if it was somebody else, then yeah. But when it's your own grandmother who like kind of from your child, she was always like a role model for me, and now she's like, it's very big switch for the brain. And since I don't even have children, it was like very big shock for me, to take care of someone like this. And especially with the medical condition, she was acting really weird, not like a child. Child is sweet and innocent, but this is completely different thing. Sometimes they get angry, and they forget things, and it's very annoying. And they won't recognize you. They will call you different names. It's also very annoying. So it's all very annoying and like very, very bad for the psyche.
Sure.
I would say, yeah. And I was like, what am I going to do not to go crazy? I'm like, okay, psychology. Let me study psychology.
So that's when you decided to study psychology.
Yeah. So I found,
to understand what's happening with your grandmother so you can have more empathy for her, for the situation.
And to realize what's going on with me because I couldn't find a partner because I was too different from everyone else. And I didn't like everyone the way that, it was like a long term. So I was trying to understand all these things, and I couldn't find a psychologist for myself. I talked to different people, but they didn't have my like mindset.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, they're in different life, like how are they gonna help me?
Right.
I need someone to talk to, not to like give me like pills.
Yeah.
To be calm, just
Take
like,
this.
yeah, to someone, just to talk because usually when you talk to another person, you can find a decision in between the lines, just like maybe you say something and then it just echoes in my mind like a day later. I'm like, oh yeah, this is like going to be like a clue.
Okay.
So I always use these things. But in Moscow, I couldn't even talk to anyone because everyone there, like, it's a small town and everyone just has a normal job, or they don't have a job, they're an alcoholic.
Wow.
and
Yeah.
and it's so pathetic, and there is like nothing going on there. It was a military base before, and they had military academy, and my grandfather was working there as a teacher in the military academy, and it was great at that time. But in 2020, military academy, long time gone, no job, nothing. Like nothing. Everyone has to go 2 hours drive to Moscow to have a job and then come back. Otherwise, you just have some online job or maybe delivery, work in the delivery, food delivery. So it's like very, very primitive, and you don't get like people to talk to. And so, of course, I turned to online. So I turned to psychology to just like understand how the mind works and how I can find a solution for myself, not to be upset with myself. Because I'm not upset because, like, I'm different. I'm not happy with interactions with people. So I had to solve this problem. So I started studying psychology online. It was great because it was very few schools at the time who offered this type of opportunity to study online. And so I could just switch from, I just put my business administration diploma for them. And they gave me like a diploma after I finished. Like you have another qualification.
I see.
So I'm like qualified to be a psychologist.
I see.
Yeah, so something like that.
Was it a school? Where was the school located? Was it like a European school, or was it
No,
a...
it's a Russian.
It's a Russian school?
Russian, yeah.
Oh, I
Russian. Studied in
see.
Russian.
I see.
Yeah, it's a
Gotcha.
Russian university.
Gotcha.
They have sociology, psychology,
Got it.
administration.
I
So
see.
they had this
I
opportunity.
see. I see.
So yeah, I took it and it was great. So it helped me to understand myself, people, that sometimes the brain just doesn't,
Yeah.
function the way we think it's functioning. And so it was a great help for me. So this was from one side very good. But then another thing, I was alone. I didn't have any fun at all because there was no like
You couldn't go anywhere.
nothing. Yeah, nothing there. You couldn't go anywhere. So of course I turned also online to look for exciting things. So first I was on dating websites like Tinder. So
Right.
first I was on Tinder. But on Tinder you meet so many people, and most of them they're just like normal people, of course.
Right.
Yeah, because most of the world, 19% of the world is pretty much the same.
Sure.
About the same thing.
Yeah.
And me, I was in a different category. I wasn't interested in that anymore, so it was difficult for me to find a connection.
You just got back from Miami.
Yeah.
From ecstasy to church.
To church.
To Billy Graham.
To my grandmother's apartment.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah, so I was, I needed something like more exciting.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I started looking for different other things or different other websites, and I found a BDSM dating website.
Wait a minute. BDSM. What does that mean?
It's BDSM.
What does that mean?
It means many things: bondage and discipline, then dominant and submissive, and then sadist and masochist.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is what BDSM stands for.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
all together. Yeah, but in general, it's like a role play.
Okay.
It's an erotic
Got it.
role play.
Got
It
it.
doesn't have to be sexual because, like, let's say half of BDSM is not about sex. It's about power play.
Dominance
Yeah, dominant or submissive.
or submissive.
Yeah. Yeah, so all this I found out. I was like you. Oh, what is BDSM? I Googled.
Well,
Yeah, so I was like you. And it, of course, it got me so excited. Because I love new things.
I can't contain mine. So it got you excited because it was something new.
It was something new, something I never knew about.
You never knew existed.
And something...
So you were curious.
I was curious.
Got it.
And it was something which looked like forbidden.
Okay.
like a forbidden fruit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay. So please continue. I don't even have to know how to phrase my questions, because it's such an interesting space.
Yeah.
Yes. Dominance and submissiveness. These elements are in play with two individuals generally.
Two or more,
Really, can be more.
of course.
Okay, gotcha. So, so what intrigued you about this? This
Yeah.
message?
So first, I understood that this is something erotic, but it doesn't have to be like only sexual.
Okay.
It's more like for the mind than even for the body.
Okay.
So that really like interested me.
Okay.
Because I'm a person like my most how you said erogen, like my most like my G spot is my intellect.
I understand. Totally understand. Yeah. I'm if I understand correctly, for me to be stimulated by the opposite sex for me, it's a key element for me that I am stimulated by your intellect. In other words, I have to connect here with your brain and feel you to be intelligent or just something about you intelligently that really makes me feel sexually attracted to someone, to the point where I can physically even do anything. And the opposite has always been the case as well, where I've been in rooms with, model type females, and mentally, if they're just not there, I can't. It just doesn't fit, right? I mean, it's always a force situation. So for you, you're mental. Gotcha. Okay. So this has to do with mental more than physical then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, BDSM is mental more than physical.
I see. So did you participate in this space?
So first I found this website, like a dating website for BDSM. And I started reading. And just reading where people express their desires. Like, for example, like I read things that like I'm a male, let's say 30 years old. I live alone and I would like to find a dominant woman who can come over for money, and she can treat me as a dog. Or she can beat me with a stick, with a can, or she can put me on a leash and walk me in the room, or all these type of things.
Interesting.
So I was like, first, it's like, this is like exciting just to read about.
Right.
It already like turns me on.
Oh,
like,
really?
Just to like, someone like would like to do this. It's like a private, like normally you don't know these things, right? Because normally shares this.
Sure.
But there you can just like people openly write it, but they don't have their name. Of course, they don't have their face. They kind of have anonymous account, but still you read this. And me, I already studied psychology, so I'm like, of course, it's even more interesting for me because what's going on in people's minds. So it's like just to read this, it was fun. And second, I'm like, okay, if it's fun reading it, then of course it's going to be fun to try.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then the last thing is also like he's even offering money for this. And like this is like a perfect situation. It's like I can try something fun and get paid for it.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at this time, money became an issue for me because, like I don't have a business at all. I don't even have opportunity to work. And I'm studying. I have my grandma. So like it's going to be like interesting from every perspective.
Gotcha.
To try.
So what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also I was thinking if a person wants to pay for it, it's like I don't think he can be like a serial killer or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because like.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, but,
it could be,
the chances are much lower when they're making payments. Yeah, sure.
It looks
sure.
like really he would like to play.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
So it made me feel kind of like safe to try it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Assuming that you were the dominant person in this space.
Of course.
Okay.
I understood that I want to try to be dominant.
Okay.
And I've never been like a dominant, like I never realized I was dominant.
Interesting.
Although I was always actually, but I didn't even know there is this thing, dominant submissive. I never even looked into it. I just had always a problem with men because I am like very like direct, and if I want something, I would say. If I don't like something, I would correct it. So, and men would, most of them would kind of like get maybe even frustrated that I'm telling them what to do.
So let me clarify this. Let me get to the point myself. So that means like behind closed doors in the bedroom, for instance, if you and your partner together, were you dominant in that space as well? Were you in control in that space?
I mostly was submissive in that part.
Really?
All my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but did you enjoy being submissive?
I would say that I didn't get all I wanted from my sexual interactions.
Okay.
Never
I see.
in my life.
Got it. Oh, never.
Like
Like
before
zero.
that, before
Yes.
before BDSM, no.
Yes.
I always wanted something like more
Okay.
there. So it was not like just like simple sex was never enough for me.
I
It was just not enough. It was not the whole package.
I see.
But I didn't know how to spice it up. Like, for example, when I was married, I wanted to spice up our relationship with my ex-husband, and he was very, very conservative because he was like let's say a faithful Muslim. He would do Ramadan and things like that, and he would pray to Quran like almost like every day, mornings, and all this type of things. So for him, sex with his wife was something which is probably not approved, like the fun sex.
I see.
So the probably the sex was more like for procreation purpose.
I see.
So and I tried because I wanted more. And I tried, but all the time he was like tired or not in the mood. So it really like turned me down as a woman. I started feeling unattractive.
I see.
And this also like made me, I wouldn't want to find another man because for me it was like not my worldview. So like my grandmother always was with one man. My mother was always with one man. And I never saw them like, I thought cheating is for men, women should be faithful. So, and I was faithful. So I was frustrated because I was not, so I started like buying like, vibrators and things because I was a woman. So I started looking into this. I started watching porn, because I had more. And I started watching like bizarre porn, like things like this, just because I needed more excitement.
I understand. Yeah.
In my life, and my husband wasn't there
supplying that for you, sure.
Yeah, at all. And especially I got frustrated when I found out that he was cheating on me. And once even I found a USB stick in his pocket and I played it, and it was a video of him other girl. And I'm like, he's other girls, and I'm not on the list.
Right,
This is like unfair, and I'm the wife.
Yeah.
Like, what is all this about?
It's interesting how certain men have this mindset of like, they have they have the desire to have their wife in this certain space, right? But but the energy that they want to do, they tend to do it someplace else. Why would people separate those out, right?
I think because they somehow have a mindset or like a framework which is obviously passed through another generation.
Okay.
That woman is your wife is for your children and the household, so she has this purpose. And if you have want to explore and have crazy fantasies, it's better not with her because she must be a pure, which is I think complete. Whoever has this mentality, stop. Don't use it anymore because your wife is unhappy, most probably. But I don't know, because some women don't need sex.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Again, which is also surprised me. I'm not one of those women at all. So I had So yeah, so in my relationship with my ex, it was a problem, you know. So like I was like kind of always had an undersupply of this like satisfaction
I understand.
in that part, and which made me very unhappy as a woman, and I couldn't express myself as a woman. I was like shy. I was shy of my appearance. I was like introverted, and like I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't have fun. Just just like be very contained and yeah, do these things privately.
I see.
Yeah, like watch porn, like play with toys, whatever. Yeah, and when I went, I was like, okay, I must do something. So I was Googling things, how to make a man happy. And I found in Moscow there was a course, like a job.
A what?
A job?
Yeah.
Yeah, a course.
Oh, course.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Job course.
Gotcha. I thought you
So a
said,
woman-
it sounded like you said horse. I was like, okay, so you tried everything, I guess.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
No, a
Horse.
course,
Okay, got
a
it. Gotcha.
course.
Understand.
Course for a job.
Sure.
So a woman was making an advertisement. If you want to make your husband happy, like you must know how to give him a good job,
Got
and
it.
you must pay €100, and I will teach you. So I paid, and I went to the course. It was like a normal room for presentations, and all these girls sitting there, and our teacher was sitting there with a dildo,
Okay.
and she was just showing us how
Sure.
to give a good.
I love
I
it.
even secretly recorded this video. Secretly.
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 Get
Because
the camera.
you're not supposed to make video recordings because it's a woman sucking a dildo.
Oh, never mind this. I'm just looking at my phone right now.
Yeah, I secretly recorded because I thought I will forget. I will need to train more at home.
That's-
You know?
That makes all the sense in the world to me.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I came home happy, like I have a new skill, and I wanted to show it to my husband, and my husband said no. He said no.
Yeah.
It's like
no.
now I'm out of instruments.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what else to do.
What he was actually saying, no, not you. That's what he was
guess.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. Because I'm sure, because if he was doing the other thing, he was not saying no to whatever else is out there. So
Yeah.
he didn't want that attached to you, which is unfortunate because, yeah, wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you decided to participate in this this space. So your first, say, client, what was that like?
Yeah. The first client, he was very interesting.
Were you nervous going in? By the way, I should.
Of course.
Okay. Okay. So the process.
I had like a couple of shots of cognac. Because I was very nervous, of course.
Of course.
Of course, I was nervous about everything, but at the same time, I was very excited. And when it's COVID, lockdown, nothing is going on. It's like it's wow.
Yeah.
To do something like this. So yes, I came. And the guy picked me up with the car, and brought me a huge flower bouquet, like roses. And,
Beautiful.
Yeah, and he was like a very nice guy. He was I think a dentist or something. He had his dentistry clinic. He had a nice car. He had a daughter. He was divorced, but he just wanted this to try this BDSM experience.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
Was it his first time as well?
no, he was a regular,
Okay.
and but just of course everyone who is there, they want also new experiences, and they always look for new girls because of course much more men there than women, very few women, and very very few dominant women, very few.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like a beautiful woman who is dominant is like a diamond. Everyone wants her. Yeah, because it's very few, and most women also who are in this business, they do it for money. They don't have the mentality.
Got it.
And but people always feel it because it's you feel it if it's just a fake for you or you're really excited.
Right.
And the thing about me, which makes me different, is like I'm really excited.
Right.
Because I like crazy things, That's why I became psychologist because I like crazy people. Yeah. So I'm also crazy.
You're a good crazy. You're an awesome crazy. So
Yeah, so it was a very, very good experience. So we went with him to a hotel. It was a very nice hotel. And I told him it's my first time, but I want to try. So he basically taught me how to torture him in the way that he likes it. Yeah, and after he gave me some money, it was like €100, but it was good for me, like good fun.
listen,
Yeah.
torture. Explain.
Yeah.
Tell me what this. I mean, what level of torture is it?
It's like everyone is different. So some people just like to do something with their nipples. Some
Okay.
people look to do something with their, I don't know, penis,
okay.
or I don't know, like different, or just
see.
just like canning,
Okay.
when you hit someone with a stick and they have like red marks all over
Okay.
their ass.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so nothing like too bad because like it was my first time. I
Sure.
didn't know my limit, and of course I didn't want to like harm
I see.
a person unintentionally.
So were you like hitting him one time and he's like, "Oh, did I hit you too hard?" Was it those kind of situations?
Easy, but
okay.
like all the like private parts,
Sure.
I didn't want to like really like
Gotcha.
mess up anything because I can be strong. Yeah, so it was like a light form,
Okay.
but it was like a good
It was pleasant.
experience.
I see.
It was a good experience, and the thing I liked the most about it that I was in control of the whole situation, and it was first time in my kind of interaction with a man when I was in control of the situation, and that made me feel very powerful. Because in my past, I had some negative experience. So I was raped 3 times, actually, unfortunately, in different countries at different time. So, of course, it wasn't like something like bad, but it was without my permission. And it made me feel very vulnerable. And very it had like mixed feeling, but I didn't have like a good feeling about after that, and I was very like with man, I couldn't just be relaxed because I was always like thinking like, what if he wants to take advantage of me?
I see.
Yeah, so I was always like very reserved, and it wasn't easy for me. And before that BDSM experience, I was staying very long time like away from man. So basically from the time when I started going to church in Miami until that summer of COVID, I didn't have like sexual interactions with anyone, including myself. I was like a nun. Let's completely staying away from all this. So because I was thinking like if it's not going to be like a pleasurable for me, like it's better not to do it at all. Yeah, but then after this like almost 2 years, I realized that I started having crazy fantasies in my head, and I'm ready for like to try like anything. I'm even ready to be raped right now, just because I'm missing something.
Sure. I understand.
Something in my life, and then I realized, okay, it's not normal. Yes, so I have to like go back to like sexual activities in some form, but just it has to make me satisfied. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel in control, and this is the dominance, the dominant role, which is a part of BDSM. So it was like perfectly fit for me, perfectly.
I see.
And when I found this, I was like, oh, this is exactly what I was missing in my life. I need to learn to be more dominant. It's exactly the opposite of what I had to learn all my life, because I had to submit to my teachers, to my parents, to my husband, my boyfriend, my boss, everyone, my clients, whatever. Like all my life, I had to submit to like everyone, especially men. And now I have to learn how to be otherwise. It's going to be a journey for me, but this is exactly where I'm going because this is where my true personality is. So this is how it started for me.
Interesting. So through that process, you actually, the first thing that popped in my mind, did that gentleman become a regular client?
Yeah.
Okay, he did. Okay. And then did that generally happen in that space where most of the people that you encountered in that, men that you encountered, did they become in that space? And would you say between 0 and 10, was it, did it change did it add more to your life personally after experiencing that as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, I see.
Absolutely.
And what major way would you say contributed to your life, even currently, the way you are now, having that experience? Like,
Yeah, so basically he taught me how to be in control of the situation.
Okay.
And when you're in control of something so like intimate, like a naked person in front of you,
yeah,
like I wasn't naked, but the person was naked, and I was like basically I put him in handcuffs,
Yes,
and I
yes.
was doing whatever I wanted with him. Yeah, and he was like suffering but enjoying, and he loved it. And so it gave me a lot of confidence. Just for doing that.
I understand.
Because it's first time in my life I was in full control, and I realized that I can be in full control, and other people enjoy when I'm in control. It's just like before I met the wrong people. I met the
understand.
people who want to be in control, but I don't want to be controlled. I want to be myself in control.
I see.
So I realized, okay, this is my problem all my life, that I'm a dominant, but I was attracted to dominant men for a wrong reason, because this was my worldview, that the man had to dominate. But in reality, I'm a different creature.
I see.
I have different type of mentality for whatever reasons it happens. I don't need to analyze myself.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know, I'd rather spend this time not analyzing but living the life and participating in experiences that make me just push my boundaries.
Do you think that in the space that you're in now, or going towards, or do you find yourself in situations that you have this dominant force? Are you able to still have some level of submission in that space, or do you think that it's not in your character any longer and you can't, or it's at no level of it?
No, I cannot. I don't want to be. So a lot of time people ask me, or like but to be in a submissive role, but I can't.
No, I mean not in a controlled environment where you're getting paid, but more so just in relationship. Like say, someone says, no, I want to do that for you, or a man wants to do something for you, or have some level of dominance in a moment, not necessarily throughout the whole lifestyle, throughout the whole relationship. But are you able to, do you think that because you have been so submissive for so long in your life that you don't want to ever let that be a part of your life any longer with, like, say, another man that you want to be with, or a future relationship, or whatever in your life? Do you think that there's a balance, or do you think that it's just completely submission?
Actually, no. There is no such thing as complete submission, because even if a person is submissive in the sexual way in BDSM program, let's say, yes, usually they are dominant in their life. So they usually have some kind of authority position, and that's why they're seeking the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So with me, let's say if I have let's say friends or whatever dates, I don't have a problem when a man is trying to do something for me, like someone open the door, make the coffee, the cheers, or choose a place for a meeting. I don't have a problem. But if I don't, let's say if I have another opinion, I will immediately say it.
I see.
Yeah. So if someone, for example, wants to meet in place A, but I think place B is more appropriate, then I will insist that we may meet in place B, or otherwise probably the meeting won't happen.
Gotcha.
So things like this. And if I want something, I will just say I want it this way.
Sure.
Yeah. So if the other person is doing everything perfectly, then I let them keep on doing their thing.
I see.
But if something is not perfect, then
Sure.
I'll immediately
Got it.
be in control.
Sure. Yeah, I understand.
Because the main goal is for me to have the perfect experience. And if it can be, right? Yeah.
Well said. Oh nice. So basically, the rest of COVID, you spent your time in that space, basically.
Until the end of let's say until December.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
more or less was there.
Okay.
Like playing and
And
like okay, I was taking care of my grandma,
Yes,
and then
yes.
I had this other
Yes.
life, you know.
You're right. Exactly.
Where I met people, but I could only do it for a short time
I see.
because I couldn't leave my grandma alone.
I understand.
But yeah, so when I found already a woman who could replace me, I arranged everything. You know, she came to live with us for 2 weeks. I taught her how to do everything, and I checked that she's doing everything. And then okay, I finally could leave. I come to Budapest.
Oh, you came back to Budapest. Okay.
Yes,
Gotcha.
I came back to Budapest. And first thing I did in Budapest is looked for a BDSM website.
Did you? Right on.
In Hungary. First thing, and I
love it.
found.
Oh,
yes,
really?
I
Okay.
found. It's called SM Pixie.
Okay. So, right on.
Yeah, it's in Hungarian and English,
Got it.
in two languages.
I
Yeah,
see.
one Hungarian lady is running it. And, yeah, it's great. It's a huge website.
Is it?
Yeah, it has so many people there.
Yeah. Is your experience here different than there, as far as interaction goes?
Just like it's more difficult for me to communicate because some people don't speak English.
Got it.
They only speak Hungarian.
Gotcha.
Then a lot of them live outside of Budapest, and it's difficult for me to arrange the meetings and everything. And but generally, it's just the same thing, even better because you know Hungarians are like have a fetish for Russian women.
Really?
Yeah, Hungarian men love Russian women. It's like for them, it's like something like a goddess. So it's an advantage for me.
Interesting. So going from as going to school here at a younger age and being so bullied or whatever the process happened,
Exactly.
you reverse back years later, come back here and
I'm treated like a goddess.
interesting, isn't it? Interesting how life works that way. Wow.
So I'm happy that I didn't give up, you know, and I found myself in a space where I can enjoy myself and be me and be happy, and you know, and right now I am so confident there that I want to make it part of my future life. And I decided to kind of combine it with the psychology, which I was doing, and but make it in a more entertaining way. Because you know, when I started working as a psychologist, I struggled to find clients online because 90% of men with whom I would have like a screening session. Yeah.
Screening session.
Yeah, it's like the first discovery session, whatever you call it. The first meeting.
For psychology?
Yeah, the
Okay,
first
okay,
meeting.
gotcha.
Discovery meeting.
No, you're
How
right.
you
Yes,
call it.
yes.
Yeah, when you just call each other like online, you
Yes.
have online meeting, and you talk about the things and you suggest your solution.
I
So
see.
90% of men they thanked me, but they never like became my clients.
Got it.
And but I had so many men like wanting to meet with me and communicate with me, but my solution that I offered was not for them. So they said like no to my solution.
Thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah, thank you, but no thank you. So I realized that, okay, it's not the fault of these people. It's just like I cannot find my focus group or my target group, or my product is not, well, my product is not good. That's it. It's my product sucks.
I understand.
Okay?
Very
So
intelligent.
I had, and as a business development manager, you know, I can't just like continue life like this. So I need to fix my product. I need to fix my product. And that's what I did. I said, okay, let me try this. This was like a week ago. I was with my friend at home, just like having some drinks and talking about life. So I said, look, like, listen, I want to work in the psychology field. I want to work as a freelancer. I never want to work for corporate world again because it's been already like 10 years and I don't want to go back there. And also when I worked, I was like, again, like shifting into this framework where I cannot be like sexually like even attractive Not to mention like do some fun things, you know, because it's completely different mindset when you have to have like a serious job. So it's difficult, you know, to combine.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
So like I'll rather like still be like a freelancer, or maybe like become an artist or do something like that. And maybe I even want to try becoming a music artist. I know that I don't think I am a good singer, but I could rap, for example, because like back in the days,
You're a rapper.
I'm not a rapper, but I was just like thinking, like if I used to write poems and music, and I have so much to say about social issues,
Sure.
then and no one wants to hear what I'm just saying or writing, maybe I'll rap it. And I'll have more, and I'll be topless while doing it, and it will just like bring more people who can hear.
Awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
And this is what I'm trying to do right now.
You know, I gotta say this. Like, I like that you think out of the box a lot, and that you're willing to try. Your mind is so wide open. As a intellectual, though, right? You're not dumb, right? I mean, you're I'm here, you're here. Like mindset, I think. You know, I see that you're a brilliant mind.
We're just here. It's not like there is no hierarchy of an intellect.
Right.
It's just like it's like a universe. You're like in one galaxy, I'm in another galaxy, and we interact like 10%.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay. But at the same time, you have this other side of you that you do not hide. You don't suppress it. You know, you're not
anymore,
fearful,
because I suppressed it for all my life.
right? But a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't publicly feel comfortable about being that individual.
Yes, but I discovered a part of me who is an exhibitionist. And you must, if you want to be popular on social media, you must be an exhibitionist.
I think just in life. I think in life. I think you walk down the street and your energy has to portray this energy of being just that, you know?
Yes, and when you have, whatever you want to exhibit, it must be very,
Authentic.
And it must be wanted.
Wanted, yes.
Yeah, because you can display something which is not wanted, but you will not get the right result. So there are a lot of exhibitionist men, which I heard about in my childhood, which just come out in the forest, take off their coats and show their penis to kids. so this is not a good way to express yourself. Man, never do this.
Yes,
never
definitely.
do this. If you want to be an exhibitionist, then find a way which is, like sexy, creative, and it will like, people will like it. You know, I have so many positive things, you know, that people say now, since I started like little show, let's say, I have so many men writing me like I'm just like making their day. And even I met the man the other day, and he said like what I'm doing is like, it's really remarkable, because like from all the like bad things that happen, like, let's say in people's life, and there is so much negativity in the world, around, in the streets, and especially in media, social media, or like TV, whatever. Seeing something which has only like positive and fun, it really can make a person's day.
Yeah.
And when I heard this, I realized that I don't need to like force people to become better versions of themselves. It's not up to me. It's up to a person. If they want to become better, don't become better. As a psychologist, the best thing I can do is to make the day brighter.
I understand.
And this is entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So I realized that this is like an important message that I have to the world. So like, not only like be free, be yourself, but also like brighten up other people's lives
100%.
in a way you can.
Yeah. Well, you are just the conversation alone is a very big, bright. I see a bright light in here, based on the conversation,
Two
because
bright lights.
yeah, it's two bright lights, based on the fact that that who you are, what your goals are, and how you are free to be who you are, and that to me, it's a very I'm very proud of that aspect. Just meeting you, having this conversation for the first time, really proud of that, because I think that not enough people actually are willing to be themselves or even learn about who they are as individuals, right? And you to do that is great. I'm looking forward to our next conversation in regards to this process. And I have some ideas that, like I think we should have people calling in saying, "Oh, okay, I'd like to talk to her about such and so, based on whatever." I mean, I just some things I'd like to, that I have ideas based on this. It's just incredible, really, what you've brought to enlighten me with, and I believe that you can be a light to a lot of people that need to hear your message. 100%, Jesus. So how can people find you then? I mean, what would you say you have a website, or do you have something that?
Yeah, so my website is still dedicated to my psychology work.
Okay.
It's drnatalimei.com.
Dr.
NataliMei.com.
Gotcha.
But it's psychology. You can find my contact there, but there is nothing there about erotica or sex, because I have to be careful, because I still have my mother and my father.
Got it.
And I had to block their accounts on Instagram and Facebook.
I understand.
Before I did something like that, because I don't want them to be traumatized by a wrong understanding of my intentions, and that's why I'm not going to touch my website.
Got it.
But so it's the best for me is to find me on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram.
Gotcha.
I'll send you my links, but
Absolutely.
you have them.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
And also I'm starting OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have OnlyFans. My name is Dr. Eve, like DREVE.
Got it.
Yeah.
Dr. Eve.
Dr.
Ooh,
Eve
I
on
like that.
OnlyFans. So I'm going to be running it by myself. I don't know how to do it,
I see.
but I'll try. I'm not sure if I can do it though, because as I understand, OnlyFans have banned people with Russian passports from monetizing their content. So I don't know. I have some paid subscriptions, but already somebody subscribed. So I'm just going to check if I can take the money, or it will be stuck in OnlyFans until the war is finished or something.
Oh my
Then I
God.
will have to find something else. Then I'll just have to stick to whatever, Facebook and Instagram. But if I cannot monetize it, I will leave the OnlyFans as my marketing tool, as my funnel.
Right.
Let's say
Funnel,
yes,
right.
my funnel, and I'll monetize it privately.
Sure.
Because
sure.
a lot of people just want to private conversation with me, or private video for them, or a video call.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I can still monetize it there, and because as you understand, it's my primary source of income.
Right.
I don't have a job, guys. That's why I managed to remain sexy, because I don't have a job.
you remain. Get this girl employed. This lady here deserves to have everything coming to her. 100%. Wow. Well, we will have to do this again. 100%.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk more about the different topics that we've talked about, and find people need to hear this message more. Right, putting a smile on people's faces. I'm eager for people to just hear this interview, because I think that will attract a lot of individuals that are just interested in asking questions, talking. They'll probably hit this interview and say, "Look, I have questions down in the comments. I'll probably put a lot of stuff in there, and I'll have to have you back so you can answer those questions freely, and put a smile on everyone's face, Yeah.
I would love to talk again with
Okay.
you. And I loved this interview.
Awesome.
It was absolutely unexpected. I didn't know this was going to happen. I had no idea. He didn't tell me.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
I thought we were having coffee in Starbucks.
That was the plan initially, but I started thinking, you know what? Maybe we should have a conversation.
Yes, it's the first time I'm doing this interview since they call it coming out.
Coming up. So this is an exclusive, right?
Yeah, it's an exclusive.
Well,
It's the
thank
first
you.
time,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
it felt so good for me also just to
Okay.
explain what I'm doing
Excellent.
to people, because a lot of people, including Arpad, is like, "What are you doing? What happened to you?" And he was insistent that like I'm worried about you, and I didn't like this negative energy because people think that I don't know, there's something wrong with me, but in reality, this is the real me, guys. This has been me all the way. It's just I was hiding myself deep inside me, but now I'm here. Nice to meet you.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm glad I met the real you. 100%. Never change for nobody. I know I don't have to tell you that, but never change. And we will continue this, guaranteed. Okay.
Yeah, we should.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.